go a little bit of a deep dive here. I know, with red pill, I've heard you probably heard of Looksmaxing before.
Yeah, I think Wheat Waffles talks about that a
Yep.
lot.
That guy, I'm not a black pillar at all. I'm still out in these streets, so definitely not a black pillar. But I do agree with him. You got to look smacks. Anyone out there, you got to look max. I would say for myself, game with confidence is most important to me. And then next is looks. When you're able to look smacks and you're able to, get your hygiene in order, get your fashion, get your look, and get all that set up, you can do a lot of things with it. One thing that I'll straight up say is that, your teeth are very, very important. And I would do exactly what Ricky was doing as well. I got my braces done. I was fortunate enough to get it done at a younger age when my parents were able to, assist me with that. So they were able to cover that for me. But if for whatever reason they did not, I would be in the same position as Ricky. I would go and get them done. Invisalign, go to my dentist, whatever I needed to do to get braces started because your smile is very, very important in dating. Uh, White teeth, having them straight. It's important as far as like your first impression goes, because when you walk up to a woman, they're gonna say hi, you're gonna introduce yourself, and the first thing they're gonna see is that smile. So when you're in that situation, that's why I think hygiene is also so important to you. Is that you want to make sure that if the situation presents itself, you are the best version of yourself, and that's the key. That's the true key that we're on today. Is we just want to make sure that y'all can become the best versions of yourselves. Because when you're able to do that, you're able to get to a certain level as a man to where nothing can stop you.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea of the whole red pill and all that is just becoming the best version of yourself. And that's not only if red pill, black pill, blue pill, purple pill, whatever, it doesn't matter. You should always be trying to become the greatest version of yourself. I mean, if you're not doing that, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage in all aspects of life. Um, Personally, that's what I think. If you're not trying to hit the best numbers in the gym, you're not going to make the progress you want. If you're not putting in the effort studying for the test, you're not going to pass the class and graduate. If you're not trying to become the best, top seller at your company, you're not going to make the money that you want to make, that badly.
Yeah, it's all about putting yourself in the right position. So I would say, going back to looks maxing, the five biggest spots where a guy can look max is first going to be, the teeth. You gotta look at your teeth. You gotta see, okay, do I need any what, are they straight? If they're straight, cool. How white are they? Like, do I need to get my teeth whitened? And you can get your teeth whitened, guys, for $100, probably less. Like I've seen a lot of sales going on for teeth whitening, and I even know some people in my area that will do it for even 60. You know, Verified people. So if you're looking for that, that's something you can find, and it's not that expensive. When it comes to looks maxing, how do you prioritize that? Like, are you a person who thinks it's more important to prioritize looks maxing at the front end of dating or at the back end to where you're going to have to compensate on things like dates or taking her to nicer places because you're just not that attractive to that girl?
Um, Honestly, I feel like that's a tough question, but I honestly feel like you should always prioritize your looks. Because I feel like for the majority of people, you can always do something to look max. You can always do something to, become the best version of yourself. Maybe you have a haircut that you've been rocking for 20 years and you don't know that you could be rocking this haircut that you would love, but you just don't know if it would look good on you or not. Maybe you could grow a beard. You know what I'm saying? Like the braces thing, that that currently lowers my SMV, but like in the long term, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah, I agree with that. When I was with my braces, man, it was rough. Not gonna lie, I was pulling negative women, negative. But afterwards, you get a nice confidence boost, and then it feels a little better. And then down the line, a thing that I did was, I wanted to make sure like the gaps were small on my teeth. Wanted to make sure that The lines were off my teeth from, I think it was from calcium or lack of calcium, something like that. Anyways,
Yeah.
you know, I would do that, and then at the same time, I would still, you still go out, you still date, you still want to put yourself out there and practice. However, you don't want to prioritize it too much because at the same time, subconsciously that the woman that you really want is not coming your way, primarily because you're just not able to attract her. I don't know how active you are on the dating apps, but one thing that I really like to emphasize on those is how important looks are. If you're on any sort of dating app at all, the fact that you're going to need to Looksmax to the best of your degree is going to make it really, really easy for you going long term. Also, if you, let's say you don't Looksmax and then you decide to do it a lot more fashion based of things a little later on after you have Tinder. Let's say you do this in the city you're living. Like, say Ricky, you go ahead, you go on Tinder, and you're on, looking at the Melbourne's hottest available, right? And before like a lot of Looksmax you wanted to do, you swipe through everyone in the area that you could through. You get your dates, you get your matches, etc. Then you come back like a month or two later, you're gonna want to delete that Tinder and restart it because there's a there's a few videos that I've seen and they're very accurate to when I first started getting on Tinder. They will move your profile if you're not getting that many matches or traffic to the back end, so that instead of getting exposed to the thousands of people, you're going to be shown to such a minute amount of people because your profile just wasn't actively engaged. The same way that your engagement will go down on Instagram if you don't post or if it's not getting that much engagement or anywhere else. It's good to like still be on it, to still be swiping, but after you swipe through everything, then it doesn't make much sense. So
Mhm.
my recommendation to guys is to run like A/B testing on their apps, have different types of photos, different types of looks, different accounts, even. There's a clear difference in how your engagement is based off the photos you take. And that, again, it comes down to fashion, it comes down to the looks.
As far as Tinder pictures and all that, with your fashion, I think that's a huge key because I'll share what happened to me on Tinder. I actually got banned on Tinder because I posted a shirtless picture of me because I'm in the gym and it was a picture of me in the gym without a shirt.
Man, hate that.
It was for quote unquote nudity,
Mm.
right? So I got banned on Tinder for that. But if I would just have posted pictures of, my outfits, stuff that accentuates my muscles and stuff like that, they'll find out down the road that, what your body looks like and all that stuff. You don't necessarily need to put that right on the forefront. And that's something that, I learned with experience and, getting banned on that app. And, I tried different types of pictures with, Bumble and Hinge, and that's what happened to me and why I think fashion is definitely more important.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works out. Like I know people who have run into that same situation. So what I would start doing is I would just go to the gym in the wife beater. And then let's say I kick up enough sweat to where, the wife beater, like, it's a little wet or whatever. I would use that as the pick. And that pick would slide by fine, as long as you don't have your shirt off or something, it's like whatever. But that is a TikTok. Sorry, not TikTok. That's Tinder for you. And that's Bumble for you. And Bumble just don't get me started. But I mean, man, before we wrap it up, I really wanted to close out with like last big topic. I wanted to get your viewpoint of the sexual marketplace at this stage and kind of like give a feel of what you could expect from your channel as far as how to combat a lot of these changes. And then just in short, like what you would what kind of topics like you feel are most important for men to kind of like counteract this global marketplace that we're in.
Yeah, I think especially in the social media age where everything is way more accessible, it does make it a lot more difficult. Like you said earlier, I'm not black pill or anything like that, but Wheat waffles does make a lot of very good points as far as the numbers when you get down to it, and you have this huge herd of women that's going towards the very minority of men. So I feel like the best way to take advantage of that is just to be trying to become that 1% instead of hating the women and saying you know women suck or whatever. Just upgrade your life, because even if it's not for the women, why would you not want to be the 1%? Why would you not want to be better than everybody else? Because it sounds selfish, but me personally, I want to be driving a white Lamborghini Huracan. That's what I want.
That's a nice ass car.
Not for nobody else, for me. It only got 2 seats. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta impress nobody. It's just for me. I like to drive fast cars. I like how they look. That's me. But in order to get that, I gotta get my money up. Part of that would be, building my YouTube. So all that stuff takes work. You had a different part of that question that I did forget. Um,
Oh yeah, I think it was about like the topics that would be most important to you to like cover. Yeah.
you know, I dropped this video today on at 7 o'clock in the morning. I dropped this video. It's titled "Focus on What Matters," and I think that's a big topic that gets overlooked. And I think in the video I talked about, I said, man, I can make a video every day talking about women, and I would get millions of views. That's just how it works. You put a supermodel on as the thumbnail, and you're gonna get clicks.
Right.
But as a society, on the men's side of this society, I think a lot of times we get way more caught up doing that. We click on the videos that is talking about women instead of clicking on the videos talking about finances and stocks and how to upgrade your life. I just watched a video today on how to build business credit. I didn't even know business credit was a thing. And I feel like as men, we need to be more inclined to try and build our wallets a lot more and be financially free. They say money doesn't buy happiness, but I've never once in my life smiled while I'm stressing for bills. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah, I
feel like
cannot agree more.
the happiest I've ever been was when I was making a lot of money. Granted, it wasn't legal money at the time, but it was a lot of money. Never had to worry about bills. Legal money is a lot more tough, I've found. Um, but now that I'm actually doing more well for myself, and as this YouTube channel keeps growing and growing, you would probably feel the same way once yours starts to keep accelerating that growth and the snowball effect, like in Crash Bandicoot, when the snowball is going down, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. When it starts to get bigger, you know, you start feel a whole lot better, and I feel like that's one of the big topics that we really need to focus on. Is just honestly becoming the best version of yourself. At the end of the day, that's what we're here for. With fashion, with fitness, with dating, with all of that stuff. At the end of the day, it comes down to, well, you can't afford to buy these clothes. Get your money up. You know what
Get
I'm
your
saying?
money up.
I can't get this job because I don't have the credentials. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's probably the biggest topic that we really need to address, not only just on these channels, but as a society as a whole. Is you just got to grind it out. You just got to go harder. Stop going to the club every single weekend and popping bottles and smoking weed every single day when your stuff's not done, your life's not in order. That's what about you?
I agree, man. I feel like you gotta learn to reward yourself. Like for example, after our video, I'm gonna hang out with my friends. We're gonna chill, and then edit out the video, and then I get to, get to enjoy my friends again after that. You gotta like reward your good behavior, reward your progress. Don't just let yourself off the hook, so to speak. It's
Hmm.
the same thing with just life in general. You will be rewarded if you put the work in for yourself. You will get the baddie that you want if you apply yourself to get that baddie. You know, and when it comes to growth, when it comes to certain things, if you are consistent, I've had a time period where I was just not trying to do videos, and then I went and messed up my knee and got a torn ACL playing football. So it's like things will happen outside, but you can't let it impact your growth, like what you want to do as a person. So I really think what it comes down to is you just gotta, at least for me, some of the topics that I'm gonna really try to touch up on is, making sure that guys really understand how fashion can work for them, how
Hmm.
they can save money with fashion, how to not let fashion like control them, and just take it from that standpoint, and like also add into it how you can improve on yourself. Because at the end of the day, if we don't improve on ourselves, there's going to be other people that are going to do what they need to do faster, move on up, and then we're going to be in the same place. And there's nothing worse. I'm going to say this one time: there is nothing worse than being in the same place you were last year at all. I just want to say again, Ricky, it was good having you on. We had covered some great topics, and we're going to do this all again soon.
Yes, sir.
Gonna be revving these videos back up on my channel for sure. I know Ricky has been doing that for the last a few months. So he's been doing a great job. And again, that info is in the bio, and we've had links throughout this video as far as, for Ricky's videos, my videos, and then some other great stuff that y'all need to check out. I'll leave it for you, Ricky, to say a little outro for the people.
No, I appreciate you having me on the channel, man. I know that you're very, very well spoken. I'm gonna say that, and as far as I've never worked with you before. I'm very glad that we did this collaboration. I was able to gain a lot of knowledge and learn some things. Right, I didn't know about that Pinterest trick. You have a really good memory, and I look forward to future collaborations with you.
Of course, my dude. We got a lot of things that are gonna be talked about. So thankfully, we got a lot of stories we can tell, and we'll be make sure we tell them. So stay tuned for future work from Fashion is Art and Ricky Lowe, and we're gonna go. Peace.
Sure.